Make sure. Okay. All right. Shalom. First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to those like the house of David. Let's get into this. This is gonna be another lesson going into don't get don't get tired of doing good. I probably did this video not too long ago. Probably, I'm not too sure, but it's something been on my spirit. Just bringing it back out then. Excuse me. I'm congested right now, so I might sound a bit off. But yeah, let's not get tired of doing good. Because sometimes we know it can feel, unrewarding. You can sometimes get into your mind and be like, man, I'm doing all this good, but all this bad is happening to me. What's the point of doing good? Be like, what's the point? But then when that thought comes, you have to think about scriptures, basically rebuking that thought. But like, okay, I know there's an end reward for everything. When your house shall returns, there will be a reward for that. There will be a reward for that. We have to keep reminding ourselves of that thing, of that fact. Let's get this. It's locked here. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Listen. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. You gonna get your crops. The fruit of your labor will come, in due season. If what? You don't stop tending to the field. The field of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because we have to water the field with what? The wisdom, the law, statute, commandments. The wisdom and understanding from the law, statute, commandments. Being charitable, doing good, keeping the commandments, because what? The love of the Most High is the keeping of the commandments, You keep them towards your brother. You keep them towards your sister, You have to keep doing that, keep going and going and going until what? We receive our crop, who receive that fruit, the fruit of our labor, Listen, for those of you that struggle with this, even though it hasn't come, it's gonna come. You have to, I want y'all to keep believing that. I want y'all to keep believing that even if it hasn't come yet, it's gonna come. In due season. Let's read verse 10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. You hear that? Especially unto them who are of the household of faith. Faith in what? Faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Faith in you. You believe he's going to return. You believe in his prophecies. You believe in his prophecies. You believe that all these things he said that will happen will come true. You do good to those that believe like you. You do good to those, especially you do good to those who, who are on the same side as you. Who decided to make themselves an enemy of the world. How would you feel like you decided to join this group, right? This group And that's the other side, and the only other side is the opposing group. You know, and your buddy on the same team as you is treating someone on the other side better than you. Nah. 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 Nah, you can't do that. You can't. You know? You know, you can't do that because it's going to end badly. The Lord, he will frown down upon that. You know? The Lord frown down upon that. You know, so be like, man, what, you treating an enemy better than you treat my body? Because you gotta remember, he said, you gotta remember, he said, the things you done to them, you done unto me. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, you treating an enemy better than the guy on your team, the sister on your team. Like what? Didn't David say, don't I hate them that hate you? Yeah, you tripping. But maybe because you have an I'd be like, man, maybe it's better on the other side. Man, maybe it's better, you know, being on their team since they're reaping their reward. And I haven't been rewarded yet. You know? Nah, in due season, you will get your fruit. In due season, will your work reveal itself. You know? This is Hebrews. Listen, this is the one Hebrews right now? Yeah. This is Hebrews chapter 10. Verse 36. Listen. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, ye might receive the promise. You hear that? Let's read that again. For ye have need of patience, that after, it says, after ye have done the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. After you have done the will. Not during, but after. Not during, not before, but after you have done the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, you may receive the promise. You know? Shoot, you just can't say I want some fruits and you haven't planted a seed yet. You can't say I want some fruits and you know you just put the seed in the ground. Now you gotta what? Nurture it. Continue to nurture it, you know. Look after it until what? It grows into this fullness. You know? What the promise? Yeah, you got fruits, you got plenty. You know? So this is what you have need of patience. We gotta continue to what? Be patient. I know one of the definitions of patience is going to suffering. You know, we gotta suffer through it. You know, we gotta wait, because sometimes waiting can be uncomfortable. You know, sometimes waiting can be uncomfortable. You know. Let me get one more. This is Romans chapter 5, starting at verse 36. Starting at verse 34. I mean, God. Starting at verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation, also knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patient experience, and experience hope. You hear that? And read 5. And hope make him not ashamed, because the love of Yahweh Shema Shai is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given unto us. You know? So yeah. Be patient and well doing, because you will receive your reward. if you continue, you know. So with that, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing. Shalom.